it's Rachel from All About Planners. In this video I'm doing a review of the Line Planner. So this is an undated daily planner. Now, unlike most daily planners, you get 2 pages to plan each day. So first things first, let's talk about the cover. It's pretty typical of a stone bound notebook. It's hardcover, around about probably 1 inch thick. It is quite thick because you get those 2 pages per day. You've got 2 ribbon bookmarks, and you've also got the elastic band, which I just took off to make it easier to film this video. The page size is pretty typical, about 5.5 by 8.5 inches. Let's have a look at the inside. So first impression, absolutely love this white paper. Look how bright white that is. Normally stone bound notebooks have like a yucky yellow, which I'm really not a fan of, but I do really like this bright white paper. So at the front here you get a main goals for 5 years, open-ended space. It is all lined notes space, which I love that. I can't stand when it's just a blank piece of paper. I'm like, no, I need lines to write on, or my writing will get really crooked. And we go into the main goals for the year. And then I really like this kind of like project space where they've got a whole year at a glance, and then you can write down what goals you're going to work on by each category. A little bit of extra space to write for each month would probably be preferred, but I do really like that you can see all of your goal categories at once. So I really, really like this, and I haven't really seen another planner do this kind of like annual overview of all of your goals. Then you have a monthly schedule and a monthly plan. Now, as you probably noticed, it is an undated planner, so start or stop using it whenever you want. So we've got the monthly schedule, and then directly beside it, I really like this monthly plan. So for each of your goals, which are the same as what appeared on the annual, you can then break it down into more detail. So what do you need to do for your personal goals, social, etc. And they also have this other category that you can choose to add your own. So I'd probably put blog. You get quite a few of these. 6, 7, I think. Yeah, about 6. It's probably going to last you about half a year, which is fairly typical for a daily planner that has 2 pages per day. So in addition to those daily pages, you still get some weekly, which I think is quite generous. So it starts with weekly goals and then your weekly achievements. So this is kind of like your pre-plan, and this is your review, which I tend to do each week anyway, so I quite like that it's built in with this planner already. And then you have weekly plan, where you can put down any appointments or any things that are like day specific, or just an overview of the projects and stuff you're going to be working on. And again, undated throughout the entire planner. So all of the monthly and the weeklies are clustered at the front, and then all of the daily, which I'll show you in a minute, are clustered at the back. So that could be a pro or a con. You do get those built-in ribbon bookmarks, so I mean you can just use it that way to hold your place, one for your daily and then one for your weekly, and then I guess your month you just have to find that yourself, because unfortunately they only include 2 ribbon bookmarks. Would be a lot better if they included 3. So let's have a look at this daily schedule page. The other thing I should just point out, the pages are laying flat on their own, which is great. You don't have to hold them open, they'll lay flat themselves. So for each day, over the top here on the left, you get main tasks of the day, and then lots of note space, and then a daily achievements. So it's kind of similar to that weekly spread where you have like your pre-plan, and then you have your reflection, and they've just got some more note space in the middle there for you as well. And then on the right side of the page, you get the traditional schedule and checklist that you see for most daily planners. Now the schedule kind of confuses me a bit because it starts at 1. So like you're going to be up at 1 a.m. all the way through till midnight? No. So this whole kind of thing doesn't really make sense. I guess they just want you to write maybe sleep and then draw an arrow, because those are more narrow than the other sections, but it just kind of seems unnecessary to me. I would just maybe use that for extra note space and just ignore those numbers because it's kind of odd. And then a really big task list, which I quite like. And again, everything is lined writing space, which is great. So you get 2 pages to plan each day. And as you can see, there are tons of these. The whole rest of the planner is the daily pages. So you get quite a lot in the notebook. I will double check the duration of the planner and include that in the blog post, which will be linked with this. The other thing that I just want to point out, so I don't really tend to do daily planning, but I do weekly planning. So I was thinking about using this for a weekly planner where you just got your line note space on the left, and then you could do a task list, and if you don't want the schedule or you are going to convert it to a weekly, you could maybe do work to-dos and then personal to-dos. The structure of it is very simple, so you could customize it to use it in lots of different ways. You don't only have to use it as a daily planner, even though that's how it's intended. I often hack daily planners into a weekly planner instead. So at the back here, you have this dream list. Kind of odd that they include it at the back. I'd probably put that at the front before you set your goals. And then we've got some lined note space at the back. quite a few of those, and then we go into the contacts. I don't really understand why some planners still include contacts pages, because I just keep that on my phone, as I assume most other people do too. If you wanted to, the best way I've found to repurpose contacts pages is to make them into a password log. So you have like your website and password, or just use it for more list space. At the very back here we have a pocket folder, which sadly does not come with any stickers, but I suppose it kind of makes sense because this layout doesn't really need any stickers. And then that is it for the planner. So very simple. If you're just looking for a daily planner, or you want to convert it into like a weekly, this would be a very good option. There's not really any extra pages. It's very much just a daily planner, functional, bright white paper, and lots of lined writing space. So I do quite like this planner actually. I will include a link below to the blog post that will be associated with this. It'll have more photos and all the specs and all that kind of stuff if you need more details about the planner. And don't forget to subscribe. I usually post a couple of review videos each week.